So it's 8 o'clock on a Friday night, and you're wondering what to do. The easy answer is stay put. It's once again time for the Hendersonville Radio Control Club show. In this, our third episode, we have flights by Mike Nickens, Lonnie Johnson, and an exclusive aerial video made by Sean Lance. In a special new series of segments, Fred Fisher and Percy Halleck will demonstrate their building skills as they reintroduce us to the lost art of scratch building an aircraft. And if that weren't enough, Bill Carroll takes us back out to the field where he shows just how much fun flying a scratch-built airplane can be. If you're not doing anything after the show, stop by our website at fly-hrcc.org to learn more about our club and this great hobby. And remember, you can always come out and fly with us.
1921, monitor tower 12818. KO 3168, Boston ground, pushback at discretion.
Serving ground, Delta 1920, come around the corner on November for the ramp.
1920, Boston ground, taxi to the ramp by Alpha Echo.
The ramp, Alpha Echo, Delta 1920.
Air 33, turn right heading 140, runway 9 take off.
Right 140. Break 3168, contact Boston Center 133.42, good day.
3342, Rick Air 3168, good day.
Subject 183, when reaching 13,000, reduced to 280 knots.
United 532, do you have the Boston Airport in sight, 1 o'clock, 2 miles?
Affirmative, United 532.
United 532, cross 10 DME at 3,000, cleared visual approach runway 4 right.
Commodore 449, Sandy Tower, you're 5 miles and trail of an RJ, wind 190 at 15, runway 18 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 18 left, Comair 449.
Hi, I'm Mike Dickens. This is a Cosmic Wind pylon racing plane. This plane will run about, well, it was clocked at 161 on radar gun. It's a ball to fly, but it is a handful.
Hi, I'm Lonnie Johnson, and this is a Great Plains Extra 330. The scheme is Patty Wagstaff, aerobatic star in the real world of big airplanes. This is got a 5 horsepower engine, very aerobatic, far better plane than I am a pilot. But it's a very enjoyable aircraft, good flying airplane.
Hi, my name is Sean Lance. I've been a member of the Hendersonville Radio Control Club for about 4 months. I've been flying for about 2 months now. This is my first plane. It's a Superstar EP, stands for electronic powered. It's a great trainer. I built this from ARF, which is almost ready to fly kit. What I want to do now that I've got the basics of flying under my belt is combine my two favorite things in the world. One is flying and two is videography. So I went out and purchased this little flip camera, and I'm going to attach it to the underside of the plane and also to the top of the plane and fly around our field out at Saunders Ferry Park and hopefully get some good shots of Saunders Ferry Park, the airfield, and of course Old Hickory Lake. If you see any aquatic life up close, the camera fell off and it's probably floating downstream right now. It's yours if you can find it. If you see a pretty good landing, then I still got it. I hope you enjoy the aerial videography.
Hi, my name is Percy Halleck. I've been a member of the Hendersonville Radio Control Club for 14 years.
And I'm Fred Fisher.
I've been a member of the Hendersonville Radio Control Club for 29 years. Together, Percy and I have a combined modeling experience in years of over 150.
He's got most of them. All right, I'm going to talk a little bit about things that are available today. Fred and I have been doing this for so long that we never imagined that 30, 40 years ago we would have these wonderful things like computer radios that will remember the settings on up to 20 airplanes. And we also have beautiful four-stroke engines which run really smooth. They even have multiple cylinder engines. And on top of all that, for all the new guys coming into this hobby, we have many airplanes that are pre-built and you can get them in the air with very little work. With all these modern advances, one very important part of this hobby has been kind of overlooked, and that's called scratch building, where you build a plane without plans or without a kit, and you draw your own plans and build from nothing. And that's what we're going to be doing at the end of this segment after we introduce the planes that are available to the newcomers. This little airplane is called an RTF, which stands for Ready to Fly. You purchase this, it's all built, covered, comes complete with a nice electric motor, with the radio, the controller, transmitter, and the battery pack. All you have to do is charge this battery, put your wing on, and head to the flying field. This plane is what's called an ARF, which means almost ready to fly. Comes in a large box like this, all built and covered. The only thing you have to do with this is glue the hinges into the flying surfaces, bolt your wheels and landing gear on, install your radio and your engine, and you're ready to go. It takes about 6 hours to put this plane in the air, and it's an excellent flyer and would make an excellent trainer. This is my quarter-scale air coupe, which I'm pretty proud of. It's been around for 16 years. This came as a kit. Now, kit means in a big box you get all the material you need to build it, except for the covering and the paint. All the bulkheads, all the wing ribs, the tips, any shape parts are pre-cut, so all you have to do is assemble it. This airplane weighs about 17 or 18 pounds. It's a very nice flying plane, and it's mildly aerobatic. This plane is called the Cloud Dancer. Has an 8-foot wingspan, and it's what we call scratch built, which means I got the plans, traced all the parts, transferred the tracings to wood, cut out all the parts, and then built it. It has a gasoline motor. It's covered with super shrink coverite. And I don't know what the weight is on this, but it's a very nice flying plane and very aerobatic. And the nice thing about building from scratch like this, you get to the airport and you're the only one with that kind of plane.
I'm going to talk about the materials that one needs in order to scratch build an airplane. Suppose you don't have a kit of the particular plane you'd like to build, or it is not available. If you can get the plans or draw the plans, then you can make your own kit and proceed to construct an airplane. First of all, you need the plans, and these show various details, all the details of the plane, the flying surfaces and the bulkheads and other parts that have to be cut out. Some of these are made of plywood where strength is required, and others are made of balsa. So you can proceed with these materials to make your own kit. We have plywood available in various thicknesses. This is balsa wood sheets are available also in varying thicknesses, anywhere from a 32nd of an inch up to an inch in thickness, or even greater if you need it. Also, long pieces of balsa, whether square or different shapes, are available for stringers, longerons, and other parts of the airplane. Wing spars. And now we even have the benefit of already formed leading edges and trailing edges of wings. In order to make your kit, you have to be able to cut out the various pieces of balsa wood or plywood, whatever you're working with. These are some of the commonly used tools. We have a razor saw, has extremely fine blades, fine teeth, I should say, about 40 or so to the inch. And it makes very smooth cuts in plywood and balsa. This is a standard hobby knife with a number 11 blade, That actually is a workhorse of modeling. In case you really want a sharp blade, this is a scalpel. It's extremely sharp. A razor plane can shape leading edges, trailing edges, and a variety of other surfaces. To get things square, the old conventional tri-square. And even with the cutting and stuff, you still need to sand, so various sandpaper blocks, such as this, are used to get it to the desired profile. Obviously, after you've made the kit, you have to be able to assemble it, and in order to get the parts to stick to each other, various types of adhesive are available. One of the types is an Elmer type carpenter's glue that Percy and I both like because it doesn't have odor. It just takes longer to dry. Another standby is a two-part epoxy glue. I imagine everyone is familiar with how epoxies work. You mix equal amounts of each portion of each type together, stir them up, stick them together, and in a given amount of time they will set up and make a very strong junction. This is the modern answer to time-saving building, and a very popular glue is the cyanoacrylates. This is the kind of glue whose use can get you intimately involved with your airplane, because your fingers will often stick to it if you make a mistake. But there are debonders that solve that problem. Last but not least is a canopy glue for attaching transparent canopies or other plastic pieces to the airplane. This glue sets in usually overnight, I think, and it maintains an adhesion to the wood with the canopy, and it never really gets totally hard. It remains slightly flexible. Those are the general types of glue that are used. After the plane is assembled, you have to cover it. In the old days, we covered with Japanese tissue or silk span, so-called, or actually with real silk. It was a very laborious process, and now, thanks to the marvels of modern science, we have covering, comes on a roll, covers, the color is already in it. As a matter of fact, it's finished with a sheen if you want it that way. And the adhesive is already on it, and it's just ironed onto the airframe, and comes in a variety of colors. It makes building an airplane very, very easy, much easier than it used to be in the old days.
In the next episode, Fred and Percy will start building the scratch-built airplane.
My name's Bill Carroll. I've been flying quite a few years. This is a Super Sportster built from a set of plans. It's not a kit. It was built from what we call built from scratch. With balsa wood, plywood, and covered with monocoque. It has a 90 size engine in it, and it's a pretty airbag airplane. We'll fire it up here. I couldn't find a canopy, so I've got a soda pop bottle. That's the cheap way to go. I'll fire it up here and see if we can do a little flying.